Celtics Game Highlight is presented by T-Mobile.
Our king-like.
Yes, it is, isn't it? That's Marcus Smart. Light follow, no. Third follow, no. Williams a fourth time. Nice pass. Oh, better stuff. He hangs with it.
Let's go.
Holiday. Wow, that was a heck of a pass by Holiday. A better shot by Hill.
What a play. What a sequence.
Milwaukee, I'm one. Oh,
Marcus Smart in the third quarter.
Schroeder. Oh, he rolled it in.
Here, I got this. I'm going to tip this thing in.
Holiday going to the basket.
Holiday was not messing around on that one, Mike.
Tatum. Oh, to the basket. I got two.
Yeah, nice move.
It's like... Oh, yeah!
Marcus Smart locked in.
Who's that point guard? Have to go in the game.
Wow.
Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, he's just on the playground right now, doing his thing.
And Portis rattles home a three.
It's a tough cover for Rob Williams.
Tatum gets to it 7 on the shot clock. Ojeley defending. Tatum a fall away. Oh, he knocks it down.
Shot.
That's a big shot. Numbers here on the break. Holiday for the tie. In and out, George Hill. Now it's a one-point game at 106. Holiday. Allen, back to Holiday. Back to Allen. Allen will take it. We got tied at 108.
Don't.
Schroeder. Takes it. Makes it!
Huge night for Schroeder. I guess.
Schroeder.
That matchup.
5 on the clock. Schroeder. Got it! Bucks are going to take a timeout. Celtics win one at home on a Friday night. 122-113 in overtime.
T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Welcome into Celtics Post-Game Live, presented by your New England Ford dealers. Forsberg, Amina Smith here with you. And the Celtics, they win this one at home, 122-113 against the Milwaukee Bucks. And a big night for Dennis Schroeder. And we'll get to him in a second because he had a huge night out there on the floor. However, Forsberg, big takeaways from this matchup.
So the Celtics like making things as difficult as possible on themselves, but I did like the response there in the third quarter, and then they kind of caught themselves in overtime. But give credit, this is why you paid $5.7 million to go get a Dennis Schroeder, so that he can step up in big moments, especially when you're playing without a Jaylen Brown. I thought it was phenomenal. It's a little bit of a roller coaster when he's putting up all those shots, but late, there's no denying he was spectacular.
One thing the Celtics do like this season, overtime, guys.
So many.
Overtime, so many overtime so far this season. Let's take a look at how it all started in that fourth quarter. You got the Celtics right here. Dennis Schroeder, who was on fire at the basket with the floater. The Celtics really feeling themselves in that fourth quarter. More Dennis Schroeder right here as well. And this one is from overtime. And Dennis Schroeder just showed up really big tonight. 38 points tonight for Dennis Schroeder. You know, Forsberg, when you take a look at Schroeder out there on the floor, I mean, did you really expect him to have the impact that we saw tonight when they signed him during the offseason?
So I didn't expect 38 points, but I did think he could be a spark off the bench. I was curious how it would work, especially with that Marcus Smart backcourt. but you can just see like the way he changes things with his pace, and they were hunting that matchup, looking for Bobby Portis, letting him turn on the Jets and get to the basket. I say it all the time, like with Schroeder, it all comes down to how long he's holding the ball, right? So if he gets it and he's aggressive going right at the basket, good things happen. I think, he's still finding that balance between finishing at the basket and distributing, but shooting 65% at the rim, he's just so quick. And when you're playing a bunch of reserves for the Bucks, he was able to take advantage of that. So give him credit. They knew he could take advantage of that, and they went to it as much as they could.
And let's send it out to TD Garden. Abby Chin is with Jayson Tatum right now.
Jayson, what is it about this team, your fourth overtime game of the season? Why isn't 48 minutes enough?
I don't know. Excuse me. I'm just glad we got this win, though. We had some tough overtime losses, and it's tough. But, we figured this one out, and beat a good team regardless of who was playing, who wasn't. We'll take it. Win is a win.
You guys took a gut punch at the end of regulation. How did you get yourselves together and close this out?
Just regroup. Nothing you could do about it. 5 more minutes. Guys made big plays. Dennis made big plays. It was just a good win overall.
You made a big play in overtime to get Rob Williams to the line, driving down the lane and dishing it off. Is that a play you think you would have made a year and a half ago?
Yeah. Just drawing more attention each and every year. Just trying to read the defense and what they're giving me, and find a big fella.
Dennis had it going all night, finished with 38 points. What does that do for you when he's going like that?
We needed it, especially when JB not playing. We need guys to step up, and he did in a big way tonight.
Jayson, thank you. Deuce is waiting.
I love it. Deuce out there is so cute. Deuce is like the king of TD Garden, okay? He is the boss out there at TD Garden.
Let Deuce get to bed at a reasonable hour.
Honestly, what is it, 10:14 right now? Come on, get the kid in bed.
Enough with the overtime.
Scal joining us from out there at TD Garden. And Scal, another overtime period for this Celtics team, and so very early on in this season. But what did you see tonight?
Yeah, I thought the Celtics played aggressive. I liked their balance offensively, and then Schroeder was amazing. I don't know if we win this game if Schroeder is not amazing like that, and his ability to really capitalize on the mismatch. Bobby Portis couldn't guard him. It was just, he was spectacular today because of his ability to get downhill. When he's shooting the ball like that, he's really unguardable.
Go ahead.
I was just say I didn't expect this tonight to be the Dennis Schroeder getting MVP chance. But what is it about that? Is it just the quick first step, Scal, that allows Schroeder to be so much impactful in driving at that basket?
Yeah, so it's not just that. He can go both ways, right? You can see how he'll go that overhand crossover left to right and then explode, but he gets really low, can finish around the basket with both hands. So when you got a guy that can go both ways, left and right, finish both left and right, those guys are really difficult to stop. And then you add in the element of he can also shoot the three, and he was making his threes today. That makes him, because of his quickness, it makes him unguardable.
And Scal, just like you see right there, 38 points for Schroeder tonight. How much does he alleviate the load on Jayson Tatum on the floor as well?
Yeah, it's huge because every team is out here trying to stop Jayson Tatum. So when the attention starts getting focused on Schroeder, it becomes a different animal. Like the NBA, it's always difficult. No matter who you are, it is difficult to be the main guy and have to score on the defense when it's set. Now, today there was a shift. Budenholzer at one point was trying to put his best defensive player, Drew Holiday, on Dennis Schroeder. So when you saw that, now Tatum can go ahead and get off. And same thing with Marcus Smart. He could drive to the basket against a Grayson Allen type. So, yeah, absolutely that helps those superstar players out. And I hope that Dennis Schroeder can keep this same aggressive yet appropriate aggressiveness when Jaylen Brown comes back.
And even without Giannis and Chris Middleton and other starters out there on the floor for the Bucks, Chris Forsberg, how much of a measuring stick really was this game?
Yeah, look, it's a game that you got to find a way to win. You're going to get the team's best shot, even though they don't have their main guys out there. So I'd like that the Celtics were able to collect themselves. I do wish they had dug in a little bit more defensively early, and again, maybe executed a little bit better down the stretch, especially on that final shot. but it's better to find a way to get a win. So, you can't quibble at this point. Wins are wins, but I do want to see them continue to build, especially when the competition is going to be a lot tougher when guys are healthy out there.
And at halftime, you were asking for this team to go all gas, no brakes. They could not pull off of the gas in this one. How did they fare in that second half when it came to that?
So, like I said, I'm fixated on the end of game offense a little bit, and I'm sure we'll get into that more. Like, I don't love that sometimes they just kind of throw the ball to Tatum and look for a little bit of a clear out, and he lost his dribble for a second, had to settle for a little bit of an off-balance shot. I'd like to see them just stick with what works in that situation and run a crisp play and get, let Ime draw something up they're gonna get a better look. But all that being said, I did think there were good moments at the end of that game. Marcus Smart, especially with his playmaking, finding the guys all over the place. Of course, the highlight pass earlier in the third quarter. I do like bits of that game. But if the Celtics are going to be competitive night to night against very good teams, they've got to be a little bit more crisper, and I think there has to be a little bit more attention to detail.
A little bit more intensity also down the stretch from this Celtics team. All right, let's take a break right here. The final score, 122-113 out there at TD Garden.